Greetings everyone, my name is Duke and welcome back to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. So I've been playing a bit in my spare time, just doing some farming. Last video I said I wanted to try switching to the bow, and I played the bow for a little bit in that video. As you can tell by my equipment, I've done some farming since then. I've made a full set of Rathalos armor. I have a Kurapeka bow now. It is as high level as I can get for low rank. I've done a couple other things. I've fixed up the farm a little bit. I've done one or two villager requests. I don't specifically remember which ones I did like 3 days ago. You don't want to know how long it took me to get this Rathalos armor, good lord. But yeah, so this is what we're kind of working with now. I didn't do any quests that I haven't done already, save for one. I did Harvest Tour Volcano, which is that's just a quest where you go to the location and you gather materials and you leave. There's no real objection to that. Pardon, my voice is a little thrashed today. But right now, my objective, for this video at least, is to finish the level 3 quests, which there's not a lot going on here. I gotta capture a Royal Ludroth, slay some bugs, and play some Ludroth, so this isn't gonna take too long whatsoever. And yes, I did eat already before I started recording. Let's get into it. I've tested this bow out a little bit, and between just having upgraded bows and the attack up. So if we look at, I didn't show you guys the stats. These are the skills on the Rathalos bow, or the Rathalos armor. No Rathalos bow in this game yet. Attack up L, which increases me from 156 to 183, which makes a lot more difference than you would think in a bow. Pierce up, which I don't have pierce arrows on this, but recovery down. That's unfortunate, but what it does is it makes potions do less. Like, I recover less from potions, but whatever. And there is a skill for increased fire attack, which increases fire damage, but I just wanted the straight attack up. I didn't have the materials to make the fire up. And I think I did have to add some decorations to get attack up L. So I probably could have just settled for attack up in and fire attack up, but you know, attack up L goes good with everything. Fire attack only does for fire weapons, so you know. And as always, the arc shot is king. Even with the attack up L and making each little rock do even more damage, it's actually insane. Also, I gotta get my spatial recognition for how far I should be with the bow is a little off right now. When I did all that farming, I did all the 3DS, so I could take it places, and somehow the translation between 3DS and Wii U, I'm a little bit off right now. Not by much. You can tell most of my shots are still landing. The thing I will say I noticed about the 3DS version is, well, let me see if I can get to a point where I can show it, where I can give you an example. When I launched the arc shot, you could hear it, you could hear the shots landing on the Royal Ludroth when I do the arc shot. But on the 3DS version, you won't be able to hear it for whatever reason. I guess because 3DS just can't handle sound at that distance. I don't know. Listen. Like, you could hear those whacking him. Did that hit? Yeah, some of it hit. There's a wall in the way, the arc shot won't go past the wall, so. He must be getting pretty close at this point. It doesn't really. And obviously, aside from attacking fighting the Rathalos to get the equipment for my armor. The materials for my armor equipment, I should say. Yeah, he's limping now. I had to fight the Kurapeka a few times to get the bow. I thought about upgrading the Ludroth bow, but upgrading the Ludroth bow to the highest level of low rank, which is the next level from what I bought it from, requires 4 Global Whiskers, and Global Whiskers are a pain to get because they're rare drops when you just hunt it. Not super rare, but rare enough to be annoying. And you can get them. How to explain this? When you first start the hunt with the Global, after the first one with the cutscene, he'll start hidden under the ground because that's what the Global does. He buries himself in the ground to camouflage, and his whiskers go up to look like one of the underwater plants. And if you carve from his whiskers while he's underground, like that, or buried like that, that's how you can get a good chance of getting a whisker. It's not guaranteed, but it's like your best chance of getting one. But you get 1, maybe 2 opportunities, like, through the whole quest. And you have to finish the quest, obviously. And it's like, I don't want to hunt the Global 4 times. I just don't want to do it. And obviously, if you have your carve opportunity and then you don't get a whisker, it's not worth your time to just keep hunting it to try to get one of the quest rewards. Like, it's rare enough to just not have to do that. You're just wasting your time, unless you just want like the money or some other material for something. But just doing it just for a whisker is like, no. Just carve him when he's hiding. That's your best bet. I played this game for years and I didn't know that. I never played bow and I never needed really that many Global Whiskers, so I never knew that. I had to look that up. These are the bows I have right now. So this is what I mean right here. Global Whisker, I have 1 out of 4. I did it once because I was like, I'd like that, but it has an attack of 144 and a water attack of 80. Meanwhile, excuse me, the fire bow, 156 and 160. So the fire bow is just better. Like, the fire bow is better at being a fire bow than the water bow is better at being the fire bow is better at being a fire bow than the water bow is at being a water bow. That's how I should say that. And then there's the Queen Blaster, which I can't upgrade because that requires Rathian scales that are high rank and plus a high rank ore, so we can't do anything about that. Plus the Sponge Gear, it's not the best water weapon for the bow. I think it's actually one of the worst. There's also the Nibble Snarf one, but I'm not going to go for that one either. What I'm going to go for is the Ceatus one. I still don't know if I'm saying that monster's name right. Which is like, he's the last Elder Dragon for low rank village, so we're not too far off from him at this point. It'll still take us a little while to get there because we got to get through level 5, but we're not too far off from him. And that's probably like your best water bow in the entire game. And there's the Bolt Cinder. I don't remember if the Bolt Cinder is the best lightning bow. And when I say the best, I generally like weapons to have higher elemental attack than physical attack. So if I have one that has like 300 in base and 50 lightning, or if I have one that has like 250 base and 100 lightning, I'd probably go for that one just because I prefer elemental damage. But because I know, I'm pretty sure there's a Zenogre bow. It probably is. And obviously there's this bow here, the Arco Nulo Y, but that requires Bonabra parts, and those are annoying to get. It's probably a better lightning bow, but it's annoying to get. But for lighting, I'd probably just, because the Zenogre's really far off from where I'm at right now, so I would probably get the Bolt Cinder one. I need Uncanny Hide for that, and that's going to be from the Giganox, which is a monster we haven't fought yet. But once I finish these 2 quests, we'll go ahead and we'll deal with him, because I don't want to keep going further until I catch up on some of these quests. I don't even need to eat for this quest. Like, there's no point. It's just killing some bugs. I know this is like a low level crap quest kind of. Like, unless you need Bonabra parts, there's really no reason to do this. Even if you want like monster fluid, I think the Altaroth quest at level 2 is probably better for that. I think. Just because they don't buzz around so much, you know? I just want to be thorough. I just want to be thorough in my recording. I don't want anyone to miss anything. Even the uninteresting crap like this. The farming, I will 100% take out. Unless I'm streaming, I will 100% take out the farming. But for just regular videos, we'll my brain just fried for a second there. My brain has been doing that a lot lately, just getting fried. I don't know if it's from like lack of sleep or what. But you guys know what I mean. You guys are smart. You can see through my stupid and find the meaning in my words. Just tap that Ludroth just to make a point. Monobra Quest is mildly annoying, but like, it's whatever. It's even more annoying if you're using like a slow melee weapon, like a greatsword or something. Or like the bow or the bow gun, it's like, whatever. Even the switch axe, because it has really high reach and not a terrible rate of attack, this is pretty doable. But okay, with a greatsword or a hammer. I've noticed there's not a whole lot of quests like this in newer Monster Hunters. There's some, obviously, but like it's not nearly as many as it was back in the day. Which is fine. Like I really don't see what the point was to this quest. I guess to give you a chance to hunt a little bit of everything, just so you even understand the mechanics of the small pest monsters. Like, I remember there was a quest in World to hunt some Vespoid, which are, like, basically just another version of Monobra. And I thought I would hit that. But it was for, like, unlocking... For unlocking a new, ingredient at the canteen, so it was worth it. This, I'm just doing this because I have to do all the quests anyway. Just in Village. When we get to Port, I might not... you know, do everything, but in Village, we're gonna do everything. I still don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way through. Like I said before, I've never fought Dire Morales at the end of high rank. G rank, excuse me. Never made it that far, so it'll definitely be an interesting journey, especially with the bow. Then again, once we get to the Brachydio stuff, it won't be too much of an issue anymore. I'm thinking this episode might end up being a little bit shorter. I don't know, we'll see. Ludroth. I'm not even bothering with the map. I know my way around this area. The Rise version of the Flooded Forest, couldn't tell you. But this version, absolutely. I remember we have to make our way around to Area 8. That's where the nest is. They're all in Area 8. There's gonna be a few on the way, but mostly in Area 8. It's funny too, because you'll get to Area 8 and there'll be a whole bunch of them. But like by the time you get there, you'll kill like one or two, and it's like quest complete. Because there's just that many on the way there. I hate wide shot for hunting small monsters. It just sucks. Of the three types of arc shot, wide, focus, and blast, I think wide is probably like the worst for small monsters, because it just... I don't know why, I just... It's just not, how do I say this? It's not precise. It's just splashing stuff over a really wide area. Focus, yeah, you have to be more precise with focus, but... feel like it does more damage, but then again, I don't know. I haven't done the math on how much each each shot does. Again, there's no damage numbers, and I haven't downloaded any mods for that. It's gonna hit me. Ow. Sit down, Ludroth. And another thing, a little quick little update, technical issue update. Over the past God knows how long, y'all probably heard me complain about my audio desync, just from the monitoring audio. By this point, I would have had that issue, but I'm not really having it. And what happened was, in the properties for my capture card on OBS, like the video source, I had changed the FPS to match output, and for some reason OBS didn't like that. I don't know why I did that or how I did that. I know at some point I had to uninstall and reinstall OBS, and I think that might have had something to do with it. But for the Wii U, I'm using an Elgato HD60X, and if you ever want to... I'm assuming this works for the whole Wii U. If you ever want to capture Wii U with that, set the FPS, don't set to match output frame rate, set to 29 point whatever it is. Let's see, not advanced audio properties, my bad. Properties for the video capture device. FPS, yeah, I set that to 29.97. I had it set to 30, and after the last video, because I figured that would save it. But when I turned OBS on, I left OBS on for a while because I had to fix some stuff with my avatar. And when I finally got it back to actually playing the game, like the audio lag was like 20 seconds. Bear in mind, it took me like an hour to fix what I needed to fix, because I had to basically start from the bottom again. And I was like, oh my god, this is awful, because my Wii U was off. OBS was just open. Well, the Wii U was on for a little bit, and then I turned it off. And then when I turned it back on again, I put my headphones on, and I'm like, why is there no sound? Because I was already on the character select screen from turning it off. And there was no sound. And then while I'm on the character select screen, if you don't know, on a Wii U, when you open up a game, it has like that splash screen while it loads in, and it has some sound that comes with it. And I was on the character select screen for Monster Hunter, and then it just pumped in the audio for the splash screen. I was like, oh, that's like lag. Not having that problem now. I left OBS on for a little while after I changed the FPS to 29.97, and it seems to be working fine. So I don't know why that's an issue. Once I go back to my Xbox, I'll probably have to change it back to like 60 or whatever it is, or maybe set it to match output. I don't know. I don't have that problem with my Xbox, because when I record my Xbox, I just put my headphones in my controller. Swimmer, Trainer, Relic, Supercar, Skate Artist. Okay. None of that helps me. Really, none of this super helps me. Get black belt. Also, I talked once about a skill called Feline Pyro, and I found it again. I don't know which combination of foods to make it a fixed skill, but I found it as a daily skill. I think I need the ale, and you don't get the ale until like high rank in port. But what it does is it increases the power of, I think, bombs and slime attacks, which once I get slime weapons, obviously that'll be absolutely cracked, but hot drink. Anyway, now we're fighting the Giganox, and the Giganox is should have shown up and replaced the Khezu a long time ago. I hate the Khezu. The Khezu sucks. It uses thunder. It hits you with thunder blight and paralysis, which is bull hockey. And the Giganox is basically Kazu, but poison. You're about to find out real quick. Now, I thought the Baleful Giganox, which is the subspecies, is basically a Kazu. I don't know why they just made the Kazu when Baleful Giganox existed, but whatever. Alright, are we back? Okay, OBS just decided to freeze in the middle of the Giganox cutscene, so I'm sorry you guys don't get to see it. But I had no control over it. Just, like, I had a little blip on my screen, like I heard the audio like cut out for a few seconds, like half a second even, and then I looked over like, oh, that's frozen. Well, that's unfortunate. But you guys didn't actually miss anything other than the cutscene. Ow. Wow, I was not facing the right way for that at all. Oh, Giganox. Last time I fought him with a bow, it sucked, but I also wasn't using the arc shot like I should have been. Because I forgot arc shot was where your damage came from, so. Just avoid the poison because Giganox poison is very virulent. Yeah, he's too high up. Spread shot does not do well at that distance. And for when he's up there, he can either shoot poison at you, he can drop on top of you, he can pin you and try to take a bite out of you. All from the ceiling, so he's kind of a prick when he's on the ceiling. Bounce bombs usually work pretty well for getting him back down, though. Really? You see, that was the grab move right there. Didn't hit me with it, but that was the grab move. The fact that he's not even enraged yet is concerning. Then again, I can't hit this jack off. Hold still. Thank you, Kayamba. Yeah, this is not a smooth fight experience that I'm portraying right now. Thankfully, most things don't really use Giganox parts. You usually won't, unless you want the equipment. Like, it's not like, oh, every other item requires a Giganox part or something. Like, I know the Lagiacrus bow requires a canny hide from him. Rage now, which is really, that tells me I'm starting to do damage. But me personally, I don't fight Giganox unless, you know, I have to. His equipment does give you, I think his equipment gives you like status plus. I don't remember, I never used it. He makes good poison weapons if you want a poison weapon. I don't remember what all he makes. I know he makes a sword and shield, a lance, and a hunting horn, but what else he makes, I don't remember. Maybe dual blades? I don't think a long sword or a great sword though. I just don't remember. HPG? Just don't know. I just don't use this stuff. I have fatigued him, so that's good. One thing, no, I wonder if focus shots have farther range, because I feel like I'm not as far away when I'm doing these arc shots as I am with a focus shot. But maybe that's just my imagination, because I'm playing the 3DS for about a week. Aha! That was a crappy shot and still knocked you over. Now. I need to get sassy. Yeet. I broke something on him. Ah, he's leaving. Let's see. Stakes. I think my stamina's going down. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize my stamina wasn't, like, maxed out. Where you going, Giganox? Like, he'll go just about anywhere except it's like area 6, so really hard to keep a figure on where he's going. I don't know what you came out here for, buddy. There's no food out here. Not that I'm complaining. I keep forgetting I can get Feline Slugger and actually stun monsters. I never think about it. I'm not used to being able to do that with a ranged weapon in 3 Ultimate, because every once in a while I'll catch my brain having a thought. I don't verbalize it, but having a thought of like, I remember doing this, and like from when I was using the light bow gun. Because the last time I played through this game, like seriously, I LBG'd my way through most of it, as I've said before. If you've been watching, you know I've talked about that. Well, I still love the LBG, I don't know. It really is hard mode. LBG and HBG. HBG I would posit is even harder, because you have like very low maneuverability with a heavy bow gun. Ow. And like, yeah, you have a shield on it, but still. Already limpy. Yeah, freaking attack up on the Rathalos armor. It just does all kinds of numbers. Seven. I think his lair's in 5. I don't know why he's not going back to his lair. Also, yes, I know if you look, my lip sync is a little off. There is an option. I don't remember if I talked about this or not. I feel like I did, but just in case I didn't, there's an option in VC Face to, oh well, have your camera track your mouth movements as well as have the lip sync on. But I turned off the camera mouth movements because I feel like it, you know, I'm just gonna be honest. Sometimes, you know, I just sit here with my mouth open like a doofus because I have nasal problems. And, I feel like that's not nice to look at on my VTuber model. Just sit there with his mouth hanging open like a goober. There, I said it. I don't care who knows it. I'm a man with breathing problems, I will admit it. Come on, Giganox. Warming effect is worn off. I do not care. I think I bumped my control stick and that's what kept me from looking up. Oh well. 'Cause you can't aim up while moving. You only aim forward. Where are you going? Hold still. Fuck you, Giggy. They made me flinch and I couldn't move. Get off of me! Good God. I think that's what Makes the Giganox a more interesting fight. You got the little Gigi attacking you the whole time. Baleful Giganox, no. Did I say more interesting than Kezu? Because that's what I meant. More interesting than Kezu. Pale extract. Actually, fighting Giganox isn't a bad idea to farm it because those pale extracts are what you combine with armor skins and demon drugs to make Mega Demon Drug and Mega Armor Skin. Is it a pain in the butt to have to make it that way? Absolutely. Gigi extract. Ugh. Figure I'd go ahead and carve him because why not? We're here. I don't think I got an uncanny hide out of that. Which is unfortunate because that's what I needed. Now, I don't desperately need lightning damage right now. I will, but I don't need it. I don't desperately need it now. Yeah, no, I didn't get an uncanny hide out of that, so I'm gonna have to end up fighting him again. We're not gonna do that on camera though. That'll be a me farming in the off hours type of thing. Which is just not gonna make you guys sit through that. I think I'll go ahead and I'll throw in one more. I want the Monster Hunter videos to be a little bit longer. Let's see, what do we have here? 20 baggy, wyvern eggs, Rathian capture. We haven't hunted Lagombi yet. Let's go hunt Lagombi. I think this will give me ice resistance. I'm not sure. Taking a guess. Thunder resistance, damn. Ah, well. Gotta remember to stitch these videos together. I hope it didn't corrupt the first part of this video. That would be unfortunate. Gombi, I think, always spawns in 2. What I remember, he always spawns in 2 anyway, like now and later. Am I supposed to be intimidated by a bear that slides like a penguin? Because, you know, I'm not. I sit here wearing dragon armor. I am not afraid of a penguin sliding bear with bunny ears. Let's go. Ow. Probably shouldn't talk so fast. Lagombi is kind of fast, though, when it comes to, like, timing arc shots and everything. He does move around a lot. I remember Lagombi was in the demo for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I don't remember what... I think it was when 3 Ultimate was coming out on 3DS, there was the demo for it in the eShop. And it was Lagombi and Plesioth were the 2 monsters you could fight. It wasn't a very big demo, but it allowed you to use like one of every weapon type. They're all presets, of course, but it allowed you to get a feel for everything. I don't remember what weapons were specifically used with all of them, but I remember it was like the Lagiacrus gun lance and the Giganox hunting horn. The rest of them I don't remember. I remember just seeing 3 Ultimate blew me away when I first saw it, because, again, the only Monster Hunter I'd ever played before that was Tri. But I loved Tri. It was like one of my favorite games. I mean, Monster Hunter still is, but, you know. All these years later. Also, I apologize if I, like, mention something in a video and then say it again, like, 3 videos later. You have to understand, I don't record every single day. I record multiple videos at once and then spend, like, however long recording. Like, it's been like a week since I've recorded Monster Hunter, so I don't... Like, that last video I recorded isn't even out yet. But the day I'm recording this, the second video on Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate is scheduled to come out. About half an hour from now, actually. Like, that's how many videos I like to keep stacked up. Because recording is the fun part. I can always keep myself busy with the editing for however long I need to. It really feels good once you get to a point when you have good equipment and good armor, and good weapons, and you just start, like, playing things within 10 minutes. Like, when you get to the point where you're bodying low-rank creatures in less than 10 minutes. Like, it's been less than 5 minutes already, this boy's limping. You know you're doing well. I don't know why, I just got the sudden weird urge to play Rise, and I'm like, I don't know why. It's funny, I know I've talked about this before, but I have a hard time playing Rise because, you know, when Rise came out I was super sick, and while I did play it while I was sick, now I can't associate Rise without, you know, thinking about being sick. Just the unfortunate situation that it is. And I actually was flipping through TikTok and I landed up on a live of someone playing Rise, and it's like, just for like a few seconds I was on that live and I already started feeling queasy. I was like, no. God, it's like freaking... Like, my association with Monster Hunter Rise is like, if you've ever played Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door with Hooktail, and it's like, you gotta find the badge that makes you sound like a cricket when you attack, and then Hooktail gets sick. It associates that with being ill. Of course, in the Switch version, they changed it to frogs, which makes significantly more sense than cricket, but you know what I mean. The minute wait. You can just stand over your kill and be proud of what you've hunted. Not a super impressive hunt, but a good hunt nonetheless. I think... I don't remember how long the first part of this video was. I think it was about 20-ish minutes. Let me check here. This does not say. Let's see, it was 42 minutes ago, so I'd say we got time for another hunt. We got time for one more. So I'm not gonna hunt the Rathian capture yet. We'll do that in the next video. You can see there's Pyro that I want to stock. Increases damage for all types of barrel bombs and increases the power of slam attacks. In fact, you can't see that because that's behind my head. I'm gonna hide that for a second. You guys kind of get a look at that. Which will be good when I get slime weapons. It's also probably pretty good for sleep bombing, but... We'll fight the Great Baggy now. We'll finish out the rest of level 4 next video. I don't imagine the rest of level 4 is going to take us that long. So we'll probably start on cleaning up some of level 5 at that point. I think to unlock the next quests, we would have to fight the Barioth. Which we'll do, eventually. Hoping OBS doesn't freeze again. That's okay. Wait. Okay, sorry. I had to make a note so I wouldn't forget to fix the video later. Because knowing my dumbass, I probably would. Another thing, I don't remember I talked about this on camera, but I keep a notebook next to me while I'm recording, so that way if I have like a moment of, oh, I need to go farm this level for X amount of times, and you guys don't want to see me doing this over and over again, or I have to get up to go to the bathroom or something, I just write down the times or write down notes just to make editing easier. Get out of here, Baggy. So this is the last of our raptor line in this game. You have the Great Jaggy, which is just a normal raptor. The Great Roggy, which specializes in poison. And then you got this Jagoff here, who specializes in sleep. Which he doesn't have a lot of weapons, believe it or not. He's got a sword and shield and a lance, and I think that's it. Ah. Well, one of the rocks hit. Come on, buddy. This is kind of pathetic. It's not gonna hit. Oh, it hit. Okay. I thought the ice shelf was in the way. It hit? Ah, one of them hit. Oh well. Yeah, his lair is in 7, but he likes to go to 4 as well. But I think after this hunt, every time you find him, we gotta find him in 2. There he is. Usually, anyway. Yeah, I wasn't close enough. I was out of stamina, but I wasn't close enough. The bows do really well, I've noticed. If you have, like, proper elemental damage, they can be very, very useful. But bow in the beginning of 3 Ultimate really sucks, because most of the bows you get early on don't have any elemental affinity on them at all. And base damage bows just, they ain't it. Like I'll use them if I need to, but they ain't it. Like we're just slaughtering everything with this Peko bow. Like, the Barioth is gonna have to watch out because he's gonna be next. Well, not next, but you know what I mean. Probably the next thing I fight with the Peko bow, because nothing else I think between here and there has fire weakness. If the Barioth is our next key quest, I don't remember if it's Barioth or Diablos. We're gonna fight them both, but Diablos is weak to ice, and there have been no ice bows like at all. There is a Barioth bow, but I don't remember if it was in 3 Ultimate or not. I want to say it was, but I don't remember. I'm gonna look this up real quick, because a lot of monsters that are up here in later Monster Hunters who get bows, they're not in 3 Ultimate. Like Rathalos. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, there's a Rathalos bow, but there's no Rathalos bow here. Why? Heck if I know, but there's no Rathalos bow here. Yeah, ice. No, not thunder. Ice. Thank you. So ice, we have the Arcanula, Hunter's Stout bow. Oh yeah, the Ice Crest. Okay, there is a Barioth bow, but it's high rank. And really, ice. I said this before, and I'll probably say this every single time. Ice is probably one of the most useless elements, at least in my opinion. Because, like, here in 3 Ultimate, what's weak to ice? Like, ice is their weakest thing. Diablos and Zinogre, and I think that's it. Everything else that has, like, ice weakness is also more weak to something else. Like, usually water. But I don't honestly think there's a lot that's, like, super weak to ice that I can think of off the top of my head. Like, Dornboros, he's weak to fire. Lagiacrus, he's weak to fire. I think Nibblesnarf's weak to ice. That's like 3 things. And Volvidon might be weakest to ice. I don't remember. I think it's water, but I don't fully remember. But yeah, Barioth and Diablos are there. Post-Wyvern Egg, that's a fun one. The egg quest is always fun, but we're gonna save that for next time. We got the Rathian capture. Slay 20 baggy, that's pretty simple in and of itself. We gotta fight the Dornboros again, which I don't want to do, but we'll do it anyway. Deliver 2 powder stones. This quest is, from what I've heard other people say, I don't really, you don't usually hear people talk about 3 Ultimate. 3 Ultimate's been such a long time ago. Usually if you hear people talk about retro Monster Hunter, they'll talk about like Monster Hunter Freedom Unite or Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. They won't talk about like 3 or 3 Ultimate unless they're talking specifically about the underwater combat, or the Lagiacrus or something. But this Powder Stone quest, so that's a rough one because basically you have to carry rocks through the volcano, and the rocks are hot and they sap your health while you're carrying them. So it's kind of like notorious in that sense. It's not super hard. It's just like if you screw it up, it's a very trying of your patience. Let's put it that way. But we'll get to that maybe in the next video. Probably. I don't see the rest of the level 4 quest taking us that long. If I remember. I don't know how long it's going to be before I record this again. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be a month. I don't know. Probably sooner than a month because I need videos. I don't have that many MH videos stored up. But yeah, just about time for us to go, so we'll go ahead and call it here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like to let me know. Comment, let me know what you're thinking about this game so far. Let me know what your favorite Monster Hunter is if you've played it. Or if your first game was Wilds, let me know what you're thinking about Wilds. And I'm going to put a lot of this stuff away. Just because we don't want it in my inventory. I'm just... My brain's kind of thinking... I'm in Monster Hunter mode right now. Like, I want to keep going, and I'm trying to think of like what I'm going to need and how the game's going to progress. Also, if you have any issue with me, like, skipping the farming in the videos... Again, on stream, I can't skip it because I'm streaming. It's live. So I can't really cut anything out. Stream. But in this, I just feel like it's kind of counterintuitive to just watch me hunt the same thing over and over again, in and out for hours. Like, I feel like that's just so... Some people probably wouldn't mind, but I feel like that's just not fair. I feel like that's just like farming content for the sake of farming content. I'm gonna show you guys why I don't do that. Yeah, I had to I had to hunt the Rathalos 8 times to make this armor set. 8. And 8 is on like the lighter end of things, kind of just depending. Once you get in like high rank and G rank, you know, you'll need probably more advanced stuff. Like I don't want to give the wrong impression because some of the stuff is more rare, specifically like the gems, but like regular scales and stuff, not really. It becomes more difficult because, you know, the monsters are stronger, they have more health, they hit you harder because they're high in G rank, and the quests take longer because of that. So just because these took me 10 to 15 minutes a pop for these Rathaloses, but to do that in like high rank and G rank, or even to do that now, I feel like that's just, I don't think anybody wants to watch me do that. Certainly not in a video. Live, you know, I'm allowed to do a lot more stuff live, but just in a video setting, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll do that off camera. Like with that Giganox hide, that uncanny hide that I need for that Lagiacrus bow. Should I choose to do that, I will do that off camera. I'm not going to make you guys watch me hunt the low rank Giganox again, because, you know, it's not fair to you guys. Unless like the same monster pops up in multiple different quests, we're not gonna. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.